What's up, guys? We are back with another day, and today I'm gonna bring you guys my thoughts on Battlefield 2042. We have recently played the beta on Battlefield 2042 this past weekend, and I want to give you guys the my overview about what I've experienced on the beta and what basically my community that we've been talking about. How is the experience on the beta has been, how's everything being, and how the game is performing right now. As you can see, this gameplay is actually on Xbox Series X, and even though it looks beautiful, there is a lot of like glitches going around all over the screen. So that's the first thing I want to mention. It's actually very disrupting to have your screen continuously flickering. The shadowing is flickering, the background is flickering continuously. And also there was a glitch on some of the, I believe in some of the weapons, not all the weapons actually, but some of the weapons were having this glitch where if you die, you have to redo your attachments onto the weapons. As you can see on the background, right there on the background on the left side, you can actually see the flickering of the shadowing on the map, even though you can see like really far away, to the map, and it looks beautiful, it looks stunning. It's a usual Battlefield map. And it's great. Obviously, the feeling of the Battlefield, the weapons feel great. The movement feels like a Battlefield movement. But there is a lot of like visual glitching going on around. Like at the top right there is something glitching up there. It's just there is a lot of like, there is a lot of like glitches, visual glitches more than anything. It just feels like it actually... I don't know, like the beta version, I believe the beta that we have tested this past weekend is a previous version of the game. It's actually, I believe it's a 4 months old build. That's what Battlefield and DICE, DICE has mentioned, that this is a 4 months old build of the game. I hope it is. I really hope it is, because... I cannot really deal with the flickering. I cannot really deal with, the screen tearing continuously, because there's a lot of screen tearing all the time. And it feels like it's really bad. It can give you seizures and everything. Like if someone suffers from seizures, this is a deal breaker on this game. Like I said, the foliage and everything looks fine. The trees move around with the wind. It feels great. Like the game is a Battlefield game. Also, I believe in terms of like gameplay, I believe that also that kind of like the players move way too fast. I understand why DICE have done this, and I believe like they have made you run faster because the maps are a lot bigger. There's a big difference between the maps on Battlefield, the previous Battlefield, like Battlefield 5, which was the last one, and this Battlefield. The maps are huge. This map is massive. For example, the one we played on the beta, I feel like all the maps that we're gonna be playing, on Battlefield 2042 when it comes out, it's gonna be they're gonna be as big as this one. And they have made the movement of the players a little bit faster, which makes it a lot more difficult to be a sniper. I experienced myself, I was trying to get the sniper around, and I felt like some of the times where it was really difficult to snipe somebody because they were like twitching left, right, and center. Like it was really, their movement was so fast. It was absolutely insane. It was so difficult to get a snipe off. Most of the times it would be like a snipe. You would get slightly lucky because they will move straight onto your, onto your ADS, and you actually shoot them. But like how fast the characters actually move, it makes it really difficult to snipe. So I feel in that way, I feel like it's gonna be really, really difficult in terms of like sniping compared to Battlefield 5, where Battlefield 5, I believe it was a sweet spot for sniping. It was pretty good. I mean, Battlefield 5 was pretty good for sniping. This Battlefield 2042, it feels like it's going to be slightly more difficult to snipe, which is good as well. The bullet drop is there, everything is there. I'm not saying that. I'm saying the movement of the players, the enemy players, makes this game feel like it's really difficult to aim down sights and just snipe somebody, because it's like the movement of the enemies is gonna be really fast. Also, During the beta, we were being match made with PC players all the time, even if you were on console as a Series X player. Everyone, there was a lot of people from PC on the lobbies. I would say about 60% of the whole lobby will be a PC players. I don't know if that's gonna be a feature in the full game, but having mixed PC and console players will be a bit of a disadvantage for console players. I mean, this game you can't really compete. It's not like maybe some Apex where, you know, the twitchiness of the console players are gonna be a little bit more difficult to handle than a PC player or Destiny. But on games like this, you can actually counteract, you know, how the mouse and keyboard players compete. So you can actually, probably you would be able to compete with those players. Even though like that, people tend to like to play against just console players. I don't know if that's gonna that feature is gonna have made it to the full, you know, to the full game at the end. But I really hope they do, because I don't want to be, sometimes I just don't want to be match made with PC players. I just want to have a chill day and just play some games on console players where it's not going to be as difficult as I feel like it is sometimes for an average player. I'm not saying, I'm not, you know, I'm not as good as other people. Obviously, you know, there's a lot of people more skilled than me, but as an average player, it feels like when I'm playing against PC lobbies, it feels like it's very, very extremely difficult for me to actually compete with them. Other than that, I think, you know, some glitches here and there. It feels good. You know, the weapons would reset the attachments when you got killed. I think that's probably gonna be very easy to fix for you know, for you know, developers at the end on the final game. I don't think that's gonna be an issue at the end. There was no other options in the beta where you could do anything else. I have actually mentioned by someone, Chisinodo actually mentioned that in chat recently, the flying helicopters and airplanes was extremely difficult for them. I haven't tried it this weekend. I've tried the helicopter slightly, not much. I found it slightly difficult, but I feel like that's kind of like the Battlefield 4 way was a little bit. Like Battlefield 4 was kind of like you had to master the vehicles to be able to be good on the driving thing. So it kind of like feels slightly like, you know, they tried to make it closer to Battlefield 4 in that regard, where you have to invest time into like running vehicles to get used to play with vehicles. Other than that, I don't know, like tanks feel great like they always do. The Battlefield, like the experience of Battlefield is there. The Battlefield experience is there. You can do so many things. The game feels great. The game looks beautiful when it's good. But, you know, there's a few issues here and there. You know, the flickering thing is a deal breaker for me. The screen tearing is a deal breaker for me as well. Weapons do feel great, but, you know, the attachment system, we need more information. Probably that's going to be on the final game. And the matchmaking is also a deal breaker with me. You know, all games nowadays with crossplay will have a matchmaking pool for console players and a matchmaking pool for console and PC players together. So if you are with a PC player on your fire team or your, you know, on your lobby, you will be match made with those people, you know, those people on the actual PC lobbies. But if you're not on with a PC player and you're playing with your friends, with your buddies on console, you will be match made with console players only. Hopefully that's gonna be making it to the final game. Hopefully that's gonna be making it to the final game, but we will see. The map evolution, actually, the tornado, I actually experienced the tornado once, and the game, how the map evolves with the tornado is actually crazy. How it changes the shape of the entire map is absolutely incredible. I feel like they are great, and they change the game like they were intended to do it. My final thoughts, do I think that, you know, the game is gonna be ready for... I don't think, honestly, personally, I'm gonna give you my final thoughts on the game. I personally don't think the game is fully finished to be released in December. No, in November, actually. I don't think the game is gonna be fully released. It's gonna be fully finished when it's gonna be released in November. It feels to me like it still has a long way to go. Even though it has been delayed once, it does feel to me like it needs to be delayed once more. Will it be delayed? Most likely not. Most likely it's not gonna be delayed. And I'm just saying I don't think it's gonna be ready, because look at the whole, like, look at the glitching thing on the visuals going on the screen. It's incredible. It's happening continuously. It's not like it's happening once or twice. I actually experienced once where the rock, I would aim down sights to a rock and the rock would be huge, like literally it would cover your entire screen. So those are like really, you know, game breaking glitches, I would say. But you know, let's hope this is another build and they have fixed all of this content before the actual release of the final game. I do believe that the game needs a lot of work in terms of like stability and in terms of visuals. Everything else is perfect. It's the battlefield experience, it's the weapon experience, it's the vehicle experience, it's the 64v64 experience. It's great to play Battlefield. It feels great to play Battlefield. But there is a few bits here and there where I think it needs improvement. And hopefully we are going to see improvement into Battlefield. Guys, take your time if you have to. Please, don't release the game half-made. Wait if you have to, because we want a fully finished game and we want to enjoy Battlefield at its fullest. If I have to wait, I will wait a month more, 2 months more, because I want a great game. I want a great Battlefield. I want it to be the best. Thank you very much, guys, for watching. These are my thoughts on Battlefield 2042. If you have your thoughts, please put them down below on the comment section. And remember to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications to stay up to date with everything Lore Val Gaming. This channel. Thank you very much for watching, and until next time, bye bye.